I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. I feel it.
All right, now we are definitely here. I'm Fiya, aka Miss Co-MC, aka DJ Fat Alberta, from BET's Comic View, BET's 106 in Park. Nightlife Houston is on the scene with the one and only Keith Frank. Now, Mr. Keith Frank, being that I reach your armpits, you know what I'm saying? You know, because when you're short, you know, some things come out, but that's a thing that always occurs to me. I must add that your armpits smell all right. That's a blessing, isn't it?
Yeah, thank you. I prepared before I left the house this morning.
Now, what I want to know, because I'm hailing from New Orleans, Louisiana, can you tell the people, if they just don't know, where's your origin?
I'm from Swallow, Louisiana. I'm kind of South Central Louisiana.
Now, I know South Central Louisiana, but just in case, because the app goes all around the world, if they don't know where that particular place is, can you give them some pinpoints?
Swallow is probably about an hour from Lake Charles, an hour from Alexandria, and an hour from Lafayette, right in between.
Right.
Yeah, right in the center, yeah.
So that means you eat blood boudin?
No. I've seen them make it when I was younger, but you know, now, you know, we can't eat like that every day no more, you know. So, you know, our ancestors did that, but they worked harder, a lot harder than we do, so, yeah.
So being that, I'm going to take a little scurry off, what are you doing to maintain yourself? Because I know your scheduling is like totally off the Richter scale. So what are you doing to maintain what you're doing as far as the stage performance? Because your shows be like, what, 2-3 hours, right?
Yeah.
So what are you doing right now? You working out? I see you pretty buff. You know, you say, oh no.
No. I don't know. I've been doing this so long. I mean, I don't really know any other way. So I mean, it's just, you know, I guess the conditioning of 25 years of doing it, you know, like this. I guess that's what it is.
So is that how? What are some of the things you do to preserve your voice? Because your voice is the thing that captivates the world. What are you doing to maintain that good voice?
Good voice? I wouldn't say good voice. Voice, I would agree with you there. Pray. That's about the best thing I can do, because nothing else really works for me. Once I lose it, I'm down for like 2 weeks. So I just pray and ask God to protect it and cover my vocal cords. So, yeah.
You seem to be a very grounded individual. That's, you know, your aura that's coming across is a very genuine aura. You know, what do you do? Because, of course, Keith Frank have all the fans. Keith Frank has all the women. Because all you have to do, no, don't say no. What I'm telling you the truth. When they put your picture on the flyer, it's a ratio of about, I'm going to say about 60 to 40. Women come out for Keith Frank. So how do you stay humble in those type of situations?
I don't know. I don't really see all that. You know, I don't really. I don't see that. I just.
25 years of doing it, you don't see it?
No. I mean, I love what I do. I thank God every day for the ability to be able to do what I do, and I'm out here just to try to make people happy.
I don't think you try. I think you accomplish your goal each and every time you step on stage. And that's the difference, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people, they don't understand, like, the lane that they're in. But you have a clear, defined lane that you're in, and so there's no mishaps in this thing. When you go to practice, what do you say I'm going to start out with? What song has been your #1 opening song? For, you know, and I know you switch it up, but what song you could go to and know is going to start it off?
At practice?
No, in a performance.
In a performance, I got a few songs that I normally play at the early part of the show, but we've been doing it so long. I like to keep my group guessing. I don't want them to get too comfortable, so you know, I may pull something out that they've not heard before or we hadn't done in a long time. I like to keep it fresh. You know, yeah.
That's good. You're taking the high road on that. Because I know there's people that's watching, because I know you got another booking and you don't want to get that out, right?
Say again?
Another booking, so you don't want to give an opening number song and say, oh, I know he's going to do that song. So you keep them waiting.
Yeah. I mean, the show is different every night. You know, the show is different every night. So, I mean, it just depends where I play, what the people ask for, you know. So, I mean, the show is different every night.
So what artists that took you off your comfortability, because you've collabed with a lot of artists, what artists kind of challenged Keith Frank? Or you was the challenging factor?
No.
Like Fear Factor, you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't think I've, I never look at a collaboration like that, you know what I'm saying? It's what we can both bring to the table, and I'm more so looking at what I can contribute and trying to carry my weight, you know? So that's more so what I look at. I don't think I've ever been intimidated by anybody, or hopefully never intimidated anyone. In hindsight, I don't think I ever intimidated anybody either. I just I love working with, you know, certain people. I mean, certain people just have that, you know, we just have that chemistry, you know. Not
certain je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
So which one do you like? What collab you like the most over the years that you've done collabs? Which one stands out as, okay, I really enjoyed that one?
I don't know. I think I enjoy them all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I love working with other folks. I mean, most of the time, it ends up being a laughing session more so than getting any work done. Right. You know, normally we gotta go through 3 or 4 hours of just clowning and talking noise to be able to get to any music. So, you know, I mean, I enjoy working with lots of folks. You know, some people just don't fit the groove. You know, certain things just don't fit together. But for the most part, you know, everybody I've worked with so far, I've enjoyed.
So some of the songs in Zydeco come from the craziest moments. The craziest moments, because, you know, I remember as a child, I'm from New Orleans, so we listened to a lot of blues. I remember getting slapped because I like this song, yeah, baby. I like this song that was called, I don't know the title, but the hook went or something like this. Grandpa can't fly his kite because Grandma won't give him no tail. In Zydeco, yeah, I got slapped. I was singing that at 6 years old. So in Zydeco, what is the song that was the craziest thing that became, you know, a song out of those joking sessions?
For me or for other people?
For you.
Me? Man, I don't know. They all, a lot of them come from some crazy places.
Right.
But
any crazy titles that you know was gonna get people attention?
Going to McDonald's was probably the only one I can remember right now.
Right.
So yeah.
Right.
That's basically when you get to the point to where I was in college and McDonald's was the other home away from home. So it was a home, school, and McDonald's. That was pretty much it.
Right.
So as you can see, and so.
No, baby, you know, you all right. You all right, baby. You all right.
I'm holding it in. I'm holding it in right now.
For the camera?
Yeah, till the light cuts off, I'll let it.
And that's what that is. That's what that is. So let me ask you this: the projects that you have coming out. Tell the people about the projects that you have coming out, and are you anticipating this as being some of the best work that you've done so far?
I would hope so. I mean, I just released one last month. It was called Live at Slim's 2, and it's kind of a compilation of the last 25 years of my work, and we recorded it live. So I mean, I'm really proud of that one. Yeah, and I'm working on another one called The Return of the King right now. So I mean, I'm always working.
Now, that title alone is gonna rub some people wrong on their boots. So
normally, I do a lot of stuff like that. I did a album called Undisputed, King of Kings, Love, Feared, Respected, but I'm never talking about myself. So I'm never talking about myself.
Kind of remind me of, I don't know if you do hip hop. You remember when EPMD came out and it had Strictly Business, then Back to Business? Does every title like coincide with the last title?
Not necessarily. I mean, I'm always looking for a way to give glory and praise back unto God, where it comes from. So the Return of the King, I'm definitely not talking about me. I don't consider myself a king and never will. You know, so it's going to be something spiritual, just like Undisputed was spiritual. You know, Love, Feared, Respect is always, you know, I made a promise that I was going to do at least one uplifting and one spiritual song in each one of my albums since 2005. So yeah.
So I'm more than sure that formula has worked, because when you put a level of spirituality into anything, you know, because some people think that they got to walk into a church door for you to feel like it's a spiritual moment. But these are the temples. And once you talk within to the Creator, beautiful things come out. So the title of the spiritual song that's on the new project is what?
Return of the King.
The title?
That's the title cut, yeah.
Awesome.
So, yeah, thank you.
That's awesome. Like, I see you in a whole different light now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love, you know, they call me a celebrity interviewer, but I push that aside a lot, because all I am is the person that's the vessel, because the people want to know things that they normally don't get when they hear the performance. They don't get this background stuff. So I like to bring out stuff. When I was talking to Sherry Shepherd at the Essence Awards, it's some little tidbits. I asked her, what was the one thing that changed her life, that shaped her into the person that she was? And her answer was, she didn't run away from her fears. So what's that one thing that platformed you to your next state that a person would not know that you go into and kind of help you?
That's a hard one. Probably for me it was the struggle, the initial struggle.
Because a person wouldn't think that you're struggling. You're out here, you're touring, you're making money, you're light-skinned. You know, it's just some things that work in your favor. You know what I'm saying? You got good teeth, you got good gums. But a person on an average situation wouldn't think that Keith Frank has struggles. So I want you to lay that to rest, because I'm more than sure the struggles are double and triple.
Yeah, no, I mean, I grew up, you know, in a poor family, you know, financially poor. We weren't poor in any other way. You know, we always had meals, but, you know, I wasn't from a well-to-do family. When I started college, I mean, I was putting, you know, gas in my car. I had a 72 Mustang, and it was my dad's car. That was the only reason I had it. And I was going to the gas station with a bag of dimes and quarters for gas. So, I mean, you know, it's that struggle that made me just work so hard for, you know, to try to make it. So, you know, after I kind of became successful, you know, I just wanted to make people happy. It was more so, you know, about that. And it's been like that ever since.
Well, it seemed like in the process of making other people happy, you found what Keith Frank wants, and you found that connector, because in order to make somebody else happy, you have to make yourself happy first. So on your off time, and I'm about to wrap it up, on your off time when you're not doing this, what makes Keith Frank happy?
My kids. I got 2 young boys, and I'm a nerd, so I have to say
it's crazy, because I call myself a thug-ass nerd. So you're a nerd, so that means you watching the scientific shows and the Discovery.
I'm a history buff. I watch the History Channel. I do research for no reason. And my kids are the same way. We all. So I read. I like to read. You know, just so go figure. So.
And that's what it is, because I didn't hear no run-on sentences or nothing. So whatever you're doing, keep it up. My baby can read whatever you're doing, because some adults need something my baby can read. Okay, that's another story. So let's talk about the poll that's going on Nightlife Houston. The poll is. And some of the names that you're up against is, you know, Brian Jack, Leon Chavez, and some others. How do you feel being placed next to these other Zydeco artists that's, you know, that's doing, I can't really say doing the same thing. Y'all in the same genre, and I'll let you explain the rest. How do you feel being in the poll, and the poll asks, who is your favorite Zydeco artist?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't think I should even be in the same category as them. I don't think I say for myself, I mean, most of the cats that you just named are far more talented than me, and always have been. I mean, I really admire, you know, a lot of the young guys coming up, you know. I mean, they really, you know, they know their craft even better than I do. So, you know, like I'm saying, I'm kind of down here, you know, when it comes down to those, you know. So I really, I don't really look at myself in the same kind of light as them. You know, they work really hard at it. You know, and I just think that they doing the most right now. You know, so they doing the most. You know, all the respect. So
I think that's a beautiful way to look at it. But the numbers are climbing. I'm not going to tell you because I want you to visit. You have a smartphone, right? I'm more than sure you don't have a flip phone or Cricket or Metro PCS. So on your smartphone, you can go to your App Store, your Google Play Store, and put in simply Nightlife Houston. You're going to see the app come up. The company is owned by an entrepreneur, young black man. And I'm not going to say, you know, try it. He needs your support. And just for you to go get the app, look at yourself, close the app up, would do us some justice.
okay, all right, I'll do that.
But I'm more than sure because in 2014, everybody lurk. You know what lurking is?
I do.
Do you Facebook lurk?
No, I don't. Actually, I hadn't. I don't do it because I wouldn't want my kids to do it. Really, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I grew up on a farm. I'm a country boy. You know, I mean, I'm outside working or I'm inside. You know, doing my thing on the inside with the kids. So, yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. If there was some last words that nobody knew that you can leave to inspire the next Zydeco artist coming out, and I understand, you know, you're in a class of your own, but what was it that you can say to the younger Keith Frank that just started out that would inspire him to be 25 years down the line?
Run like, yeah, run.
So you wouldn't encourage?
No, I would tell him to run. No, I'm just teasing. I don't know. I mean, if I was starting now, I don't know. I'd probably have to rethink it because, you know, like cats like Brian Jack and Leon Chavis and, you know, the other ones, I don't know if I'd want that much work, you know. I mean, now, when I came up, you know, I mean, there was some real heavyweights in the game, you know, but it was never a competition, you know, because I was never, you know what I'm saying? I never looked at it like competition. I was just so honored to be able to be in the same room with like a Buzu Chavis or John Delafosse or Buckwheat Zydeco. You know what I'm saying? It never was a competitive type thing. You know, I just, you know, I couldn't humble myself enough. You know, I like to learn. I'm a student of knowledge. I love knowledge of any kind. So right now, I mean, I would just. You'd have to learn your craft, you know what I'm saying? You'd have to really be on your business and you'd have to know your craft. Know your business before you got here. Don't learn when you get here. It's too late, you know, so.
Learn your business, know your craft, and I'm getting a sense of stay humble, you know, because they got some people that's out there before you.
Yeah.
And always wear starch shirts, starch pants, and don't get the off-brand cowboy boots, because real cowboys can tell that. Don't come out here with your Jordans on, right?
Yeah, I mean, I just wear what's comfortable. You know, I've been wearing this for a long time. I mean, I do the street wear and, you know, all the other stuff. It's just today I felt like, you know, getting in my Western stuff.
Yeah, but I don't think, you know, you're a holder of the key. If you went up there with a whole, you couldn't wear with Rick Ross. If you come out, you know, Rick Ross it with just pants and a jacket and just chest out, I don't think they would be. No, thank you.
I wouldn't want to scare any small children or scar anybody for life. You know, I wouldn't do that. Yeah.
Right,
no,
right.
I'm just trying to conceal everything here. Yeah,
That's
trying
right.
to conceal.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fire, but I think you're a little bit more fire. You know, and it was a pleasure for me to talk with you and get some things that even, you know, I understand a little bit better. So I really do appreciate you taking the time out because I know you just came off stage. And so, last word that you would leave everybody that's watching, one word to define Keith Frank, what would it be?
To define me?
One word.
Ooh. I don't know. It would have to be more than one word.
I'll give you two.
Thank you.
Right now, you're definitely tuned into Nightlife Houston. Thank you. Keith Frank doing this thing, doing it for over 25 years, and I'm telling you, I'm an ecstatic woman to be in such company. Y'all keep it tuned in, keep going to the poll, and look at here. I hope to see you in another avenue, in another space of time, because I really do think that you are a national treasure. And when I say national treasure, just like Yellowstone Park and things like that, where they got the geishas coming up, I think that you are just right as you are, untapped, and we're going to put a hedge around you and keep you the same way. You can still conceal, keep your little stomach going on, but y'all definitely keep it tuned in. I'm Fiya, Nightlife Houston, and this is Keith Frank. Keep it tuned in.